Live
from Rocca Pizzeria on Government Street at Mid-City. Welcome to the, what's today? Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch.
Charlie, it's hump day. It's hump day, Charlie.
It's New Year's Eve. Reason I know this is because it's New Year's Eve. And if you are a football fan, and I suspect if you listen to the show you're a football fan, this is like 5 days of what?
Bliss.
Utopia, bliss,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's good. It's good.
I told my wife to schedule yesterday, and her words to me were, "I'll see you on Monday. I'll talk to you on Monday." Because for the next,
well, good for her. I get put a little something extra in her stocking.
You know,
okay, all right.
After almost 20 years together, we get each other. We know how to work the schedule.
If you say so.
Well, sometimes. But for the next 5 days, college and pro, you have pretty much wall-to-wall football. Starts in the mid-afternoon on Saturday, but everything else is wall-to-wall football from the late morning all the way into the late night. Some of it means a little. Some of it means everything. Some of it doesn't mean much of anything at all. But you got football. We're about to kick off Iowa and Vandy here.
I think a very good game.
I'm looking forward to this one. The SEC is scuffling a little bit in these ball games.
They're getting bruised up pretty good.
And the national media is loving it.
Okay. Well, that's why.
Would you say?
I fade the SEC teams in these minor bowl games because I think
it just means less.
It just means more to their opponent.
Yeah.
I mean, for obvious reasons. I mean, and I didn't even speak that on our podcast this week. Paul Stone, he said it on VEASAN in his spot as well. He says, I hate to say the slogan, but I think it just means more for the opponents. And I'm sorry, but when you're LSU or teams like that, I mean, how excited can you be in playing the Texas Bowl? I mean, no. Listen, the guys that played, I didn't see a lack of effort or dogging it and things like that. But come on, man. The intensity, the emotion is not there. This might be, again, the playoffs are different. You have to separate the playoffs and the bowls. Again, Charlie, more evidence. Derek Stevens at Circa said the bowls, the playoff games that are ahead in the future, they've been betting them. Good. The bowls, horrible. This is horrible. And people are tired of it. They hate booking them. They hate betting them.
Yeah. Because
of all the uncertainty and all. I mean, it is if I didn't have to, and I would love to play these bowls, but if I didn't have to do the mandatory research for our podcasts for Bet Rivers, I would. I have skipped some bowls. I mean, I couldn't play that thing yesterday or the one. What was one Monday? Georgia Southern. I mean, come on, man. But this one, I think of the SEC teams involved, even with them being very disappointed they didn't make the playoff. I think Vandy's ready to play. Minus Stowers, they're tight end. I think they're excited and ready to play, and I think Iowa is as well. I think this is one of those Georgia Tech BYU type of matchups where most everybody and early, and it's just a couple plays in, but they look a little fired up to play.
It makes me nostalgic for when we love these things. If we knew for sure we were getting everybody on both of these teams, and there was really something, they were really motivated to play this game. Motivation's always been in play in the bowl games. I'm not going to pretend like it hasn't.
Well,
but 10 years ago, you at least knew everybody was playing. Whether they were going to play hard or not, you didn't. But everybody was playing.
Well, but motivation was still there.
Yes.
And you're trying, because if you're playing in a BCS bowl, a New Year's Day bowl, whatever era that is, you know they're ready to play. Used to be always take the underdog before New Year's Day, take the favorites on New Year's Day. Because that because some of the teams are not excited to be there. So that's not new. Let's not try and just say everything sucks now, So that has always been a little bit of the thing about this matchup. Iowa, one of the 3 finalists for the Joe Moore Award, have been very good. They are, of 136 Division I teams, they're like 3rd and slowest of pace. They muck it up. This is not new. So, but we don't want to overreact to their offensive numbers, like total offensive stuff, because they play less snaps. and their opponents play less snaps. But they on offense, they're not quite on defense. They're number one in special teams. So they've
Hmm.
always had attention to special teams, even when the kid, that Cooper DeJean, was returning kicks for them. They've always had good special teams. They their pass protection rate has been outstanding. Their running game, and damn it, they're right there with Indiana. It's tied with 2 minutes to go. They're right there with Oregon. They got the lead with 2 minutes to go. They have 4 losses. 3 of them they had the lead in the fourth quarter. The other they were tied. And
Yeah.
those were good teams. Penn State was kind of a wild game back and forth. They won that one, but they're closer than you think to the playoff. And we know Vandy is. And so
I
it's
thought
just
that Oregon drive was one of the best drives of the year
and
in retrospect.
and you know one part of it too. Are we fans of Diego Pavia and how he handled losing the Heisman?
No.
You think that crew from the farm area, the no nonsense Iowegians, are fans of it?
No.
And I don't think that locker room is. I think they want a piece of his ass.
Well,
I think
yeah.
I just think that I love Iowa in this spot. I really do. And I love Pavia for the player he has. And I think he deserved the Heisman because, and I know it's, look, only undefeated team in the history that started the season with the most losses in college football history. Okay, enough said. All right, he's the quarterback. I get it. All right. But you take Mendoza away from Indiana, what would they be, 10-2? I don't know.
That defense is really good.
What would Vandy be?
Without Pavia?
Yeah.
6-6.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 66 is good for Vandy.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It's a bowl game.
Nobody has meant more to their team. And then the program and to lift it, I mean, in the critical stages, if you don't get a little momentum right now, you might be stuck. I mean, who wants to donate to a loser? Well, they all opening up their pockets now.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a fun matchup. I think we're going to have a great game to start off the day today.
Well,
I'm Mr. Positive today, Charlie.
You missed a positive? Okay.
Yes.
I
I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Iowa. I'm really positive now, baby.
Opening drive, they go right down. Got a long scramble by the quarterback and a personal foul tacked onto it.
But a lucky third down scramble. A little luck there, you know.
Yeah, he ended up going for about 40 yards. We had at least close competitive games yesterday in the last two, whether they were as highly played as high level as you want. That's up to you to decide. But Illinois walked it off on Tennessee, and TCU walked it off on USC.
Illinois was one of my favorite bets as well. I have bet against every SEC team in the bowl game so far.
The only thing I missed on that game was I thought there would be a little bit more scoring that came just under the total.
The unders are an ATM.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it started. It was 22-10.
It was 19-10 going into yesterday.
Well, 3-0.
Yeah, so 22.
3-0. I mean, it still went under with the overtime game last night.
Oh,
because it should have gone
Tennessee and Illinois did.
I know that.
I'll check it. I'll check it for you.
I know that, but
I'll check it for you.
But you had 9 points scored in overtime in the Alamo Bowl, and what about TCU in that Alamo Bowl? Remember 35-0. They were locked down to Oregon.
It
was New Year's Eve, I think.
It was.
And so, but just the local kid who got the start because Hoover's in a transfer portal. McAllister, the number one receiver, did play. That was a surprise. Maeva, I'm sorry, but I don't know if you want to say Danny Werfel, but that's a good comparison. Product of the system, ugly thrower, and beware NFL teams if you're going to draft him off of his production, because I'm not impressed. And I know you came in and was
I realized about 2 drives in last night that I have not watched USC very closely. The game went over by half a point, so you might have got it a little bit. It was 56.5.
No, but that counts.
Yeah,
but that's that's what it takes right now to get it over in the bowl games. It's 9 points in overtime.
I've been watching his numbers all year because for the majority of the season he led the nation in yards per attempt.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had him out of the corner of my eye. I didn't realize just how flawed his mechanics are. And I'm no quarterbacks coach, but he floats everything. I mean, even when he is protected, he's falling backwards. The ball floats. The interception in the end zone was horrendous. So I understand his numbers, and I know Lincoln Riley can make a lot of different quarterbacks go. But oh man, as a next level prospect, no, thank you. That ball just does not. He doesn't step into anything. There is no.
He,
He's got enough
I know,
arm,
I
but
know you're in the studio, but he hadn't stepped in anything since he's been in UNLV, and I really, and so I was like, man, maybe I'm wrong, because I just can't believe that I value that stat so much, yards per attempt. Now they padded him a little bit early with some run wins, but everybody's playing run wins. But it's a classic case of Lincoln Riley is making a quarterback, look better than he actually is. I mean, this is the same for our younger audience. This is the same thing that used to happen with Spurrier. It's like
yes.
he's such a great coach and Riley. For Riley to take that guy in his measurables, in his ability, and his poor flaws. I mean, remember how Danny Werfel used to throw?
Oh, he
But I
shot
mean,
put at everything.
but he
Yeah.
was a great college quarterback, and it was awesome, one of the best, but not close to the next level type of guy. And I just no, it reminded me, and he's not super athletic. He was a little bit more athletic in that Mountain West. He's not athletic enough to overcome his
Yeah.
mechanical flaws and deficiencies there.
And I'm not saying they can't win with him at that level. I just for the next level we were talking about. Well, is he a pro? What I saw, he is not a pro.
Yes, he's such a weird team, man. But the same old, same old. The constant is Riley, and even Venables, they got beat, but Venables gives them more of a chance with having a more of a commitment to the defense and just so Mateer didn't develop. I mean, at whatever reason. Now, is that when you so emphasize one side of the ball, are you going to be compromised on the other? Yeah, it works both ways. And maybe Mateer would be just as productive in USC's offense, and Maeva might put up the same type of struggles. But we'll never know how that injury disrupted his path because he was on his way, and it did. It's just I saw enough of him though, with between the ears too, that like puzzled me a little bit, and I just wonder. But I think that it's always going to be the same case with Lincoln Riley. They're going to be compromised on the defense, and they're not going to be able to advance if they get to the playoffs. I know that Venables was one and done this year. Some strange things happened to allow Alabama back in that game. Let's face it, sort of flukish, but I think that's more sustainable to make a run in the playoffs. I could be wrong.
One more thing about USC, and I don't know if this is a philosophical shift or if it's just the way it happened this year. They signed 35 kids, high school kids. Number one class in the
Yeah.
country in volume wise, number one class in the country. Maybe maybe that's where they're putting their dollars. Like a major league team that puts their money into their farm system rather than into free agency.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they're putting their dollars. Riley's never been known as a super fantastic recruiter. He's been good, but not.
I don't think he's been poor though.
No, no. I say he's been good. He hasn't
Okay.
been bad, but he's never been looked at as the top two or three recruiters in the sport. This is an interesting.
But I don't see him in the bottom two or three.
No, that's
mean,
what I said. He's a good recruiter. I've never thought of him as an elite recruiter. This may change. This is the number one class.
I don't think I don't think he has a strong reputation either way as a recruiter. It's just so his.
That's what I said. So
his
the number one
offense is-
class.
his-
You don't expect the number one class out of him.
Well, but that's
I don't.
volume. Is that? But what's the quality?
21 4-stars. That's a lot.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So that's highly unusual for. So as far as giving you a chance, as far as an edge, you got to be a contrarian. You got to zig when everybody else is zagging. You got to be, have a power running game when everybody's running finesse, and stuff like that. So maybe they're onto something, and maybe he's got some job security, which allows it, which it doesn't allow to have that develop within your own program. So we'll see how it pans out. How many of those 35 are going to end their college career at USC?
That's the real trick. That's why most other people aren't putting those kind of resources into their high school classes. They don't think they'll stick around long enough to develop them.
We're at Rocca Pizzeria on Government Street. I went and dropped EJ off at the airport last night, and as Pavia just took a smash.
That
40
hurt me way over here.
Yeah, take that, Diego football. So I mean,
Yikes.
Yeah, but the good start for the Iowa Hawkeyes. But I was over here last night after I dropped him off, man. Charlie, your favorite signature drink of the month, the Crimson Smash. Yes, it was.
Yes, yeah.
It's a bourbon drink.
Love those. Yeah.
It's really good. That's not raindrops that are going down in Rose Bowl tomorrow. That's my son's tears. So anyway, but man, it's just the happy hour over here is awesome. 2 to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, half off all the house cocktails, draft beer, glasses of wine, and 4 select pizzas: the pepperoni pizza, the margarita pizza, the 4 cheese pizza. You know what that is in Italian, Charlie? The 4 cheese. Quattro. Formaggio.
Well, okay,
There you go. There you go.
I'd have got there eventually.
Yeah, but
That's why I couldn't speak Spanish. My grades were low in
it's
Spanish.
Italian, but it's quattro is
foreign language. I can't translate it in my head.
But yes, quattro is 4 in both. So just Spanish, Italian, they're close to each other, Charlie.
I can't translate it in my head and speak it. My brain doesn't work that way.
But it's been busy during the holidays. Man, we got the Christmas tree in here. It's just a cool kind of, a non-duplicate place, no chain feel. It's locally owned and operated by Ozzy and all his great crew at Go Eats Concepts. And it's just my buddy Miguel doing a great job over here. It's just a cozy place to come by. We're watching the ball games. I was watching Illinois pull it out against Tennessee last night. And it's great food, and it's way more than just pizza over here. But that pizza's damn good. It is unbelievable.
Randy McKay will be with us to give us his NFL picks. Wes Reynolds with his college picks. A big Indiana guy will be with us today. And Scott Rabelais, who was at what I would definitely classify as a odd media days at the Sugar Bowl yesterday. He'll be with us in hour number 2. Live at Rocca, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Nanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Finbom, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
1950, Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. That Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Brandon Holly here. Did you know Relief Windows is the window, door, hardy plank, and vinyl siding and interior shutter headquarters of the Gulf South? That's right. For nearly 20 years, we have provided you with a lifetime guarantee. Relief from the heat, cold, storms, and sun. So go where thousands have gone to upgrade the exterior and the interior of their homes. ReliefWindows.com. That's ReliefWindows.com.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Let Sammy's Grill do the cooking for your holiday feast. Fried or rotisserie turkeys with all the traditional sides. Pepperjack, crawfish, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, boudin rice dressing, mac and cheese, and more. And for dessert, white chocolate bread pudding or pecan pie. Order a la carte or bundle up with our turkey feast that feeds 8 to 10 people. Call or stop by either the Highland Road or Prairieville locations to place your order today. Orders must be made 48 hours prior to pickup. Let Sammy's Grill do all the cooking for you this holiday season.
Get the 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
He's getting the rugs. Yeah. We're good right now. We're going to order like
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Rocca Pizzeria on Government Street on 1045 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net. We've got 2 podcasts up right now on Lane Kiffin's offense. We'll be getting into transfer portal guys next week as the portal opens on Friday. It's all brought to you by Supreme Rice. The podcast up on YouTube on the Handicap Film Study. We are all brought to you by Supreme Rice, SupremeRice.com, supporting our Louisiana farmers since the 1930s. We got 4 bowl games today before the playoff game tonight. Arizona State and Duke, Sun Bowl, 55 degrees in El Paso today, by the way. No need for the winter gear.
Yeah, that's okay.
The heavy winter gear.
What difference a day makes here, huh?
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
Camping World Cheez-It Bowl, the Camping World Stadium Cheez-It Bowl, Citrus Bowl, Michigan and Texas. 2 big brands. Texas ended up an SEC school playing Michigan and Ohio State in the same year. Don't see that too often. And in Nebraska and Utah at 2:30 from the Las Vegas Bowl.
One of the best Rose Bowls ever. I'm sorry, was that? Yeah, Rose Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Texas in Michigan. Was that Colt McCoy led the game-winning drive to end it?
That was.
It was a great game.
2008, maybe.
Yeah,
it's 7 or 8.
Great game.
Yeah,
great game.
It was. So that's the rest of the
won't
day.
be that level. Tons. Texas defense is out for this game. Michigan, obviously, all that they're going through, they're going to be compromised as well. You know about that.
Michigan and Utah playing at roughly the same time, half hour apart on the kickoffs. But Whittingham is, I would assume, in Orlando today. With
he's gone for Salt Lake City, so I mean he was. They're out a ton. Now Raiola is already into the transfer portal. The backup quarterback took over. He was good against UCLA. Was pretty struggled. The rest, I think, the last 2 games he combined for about 200 yards passing. Iowa's a tough defense to go against. So, but it's just I am blown away with a 14-point spread. Utah has all kinds of opt-outs. One thing, if you need a Cliff Notes version of trying to see who's playing, your coach leaves. So a lot of players are opting out too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's been a little bit. But 14. Nebraska wants to win. I mean, they're going to bring a lot of people to the bowl game. They won a bowl game last year. They finally made it to a bowl game, and this pace would be fine if it wasn't for guys like Kurt Signetti and, when Ole Miss and Texas Tech. They're like, well, this is nice, but this is nothing compared to the warp speed, progress that they're, or even like BYU. So it's just, there's a couple of opt-outs, but a lot more guys are playing for the underdog than the 2 touchdown favorite. All-American offensive linemen, both offensive tackles are out for Utah. Tons of opt-outs, way more than normal.
Also, the total is only, you were just talking about pace, 50.5 with a 14-point spread. That's.
They really think they're going to have a hard time moving the ball. I get it, but I just you have to motivation, intensity. The Nebraska players making it. Most of them are playing, and they want to play. I don't get the line.
Yeah, the motivation for bowl games. You're right. Yeah. Do it on a 10-year. Just LSU. 10 years ago, they played in the Texas Bowl against Pat Mahomes. Okay, they won that game. Everybody played. I would say they played pretty hard that night. We didn't know Mahomes was Mahomes yet, but nothing near
You used to make fun of me on it. I don't care what happened offensively
against
in that game. It
Texas
doesn't
Tech.
count.
Right.
And
Leonard Fournette had about a gazillion
I
yards in
think
that game.
it's a guy. He might be on with Hunt. Sometimes he was on that team, and he said, and I thought of you. I said, well, that's fine. I'm glad somebody. I hope Charlie's listening because when I say it, it's no. But he said when we ran like toss lead the first play and we got like 18 yards and like that was so damn easy. This is going to be really easy tonight. So I mean, I felt it just what a difference. Same thing, McGuire. They're built now to make a run in the playoffs. That BS before, you might be able to. And listen, when you're a low resource, it's like Hal Mummy at Kentucky. You're low resource. You need a gimmick to just stay competitive, and you might pull off an upset. But to have for high expectation programs, those gimmicks like that just don't work, man. And that's where Lincoln Riley is his salary high expectation.
Yes.
And that style of play, I just question. Now listen, how many years did they say Spurrier can't win? Playing that kind of style. He won one, but he didn't win as many as you would think.
Did people say that before he got routed by Nebraska? It seemed like that game.
Oh, no. They said it before.
Because they were winning bowl games before that, but they had lost other games, so they weren't playing for the national title. When they played Nebraska for the national title, and Nebraska basically toyed with them. I mean, and that was a really good Florida team. And Nebraska blew them out. I mean, that Nebraska team won the best 4 or 5 college teams of all time.
That era, it was talked about more, but it reached an apex after that game, okay?
Yeah.
But in the same sense, they were talking about that at Patino with this three-point shooting. You know, we were like, wait a minute, you have no balance, and you don't.
Yeah.
So he couldn't win it. Well, he got damn close, and then he did win it. It wasn't quite as extreme as his first couple of teams at Kentucky, but he was just kind of ahead of his game. But that was a similar conversation with both of those coaches, and Spurrier won a lot of games, but I think they were into one key hire they made, and that defense got a lot better.
When
Steve Spurrier made one critical step, when he brought in Bob Stoops, you see how that defense was way, way better. And what Stoops taking him to another level of respectability got him an Oklahoma job. I mean, let's face it.
Winning the national championship in his second year there. Yeah, 10 years ago, LSU beats Texas Tech in the Texas Bowl. 20 years ago, well, that was one of those special bowl games. That's when they beat Miami in the Peach Bowl. And the U as we knew it back then, I really don't think has been the same since. Maybe this year they'll put together another run. But that beat down LSU put on them in the Peach Bowl that year, 40-3, was as bad as I'd ever seen Miami get beat.
It's weird. We had some Miami connections because Ogeron was there. And so me and my guys from Shaw, we go meet Truck and the Baines fathers and stuff and go on trips all the time. And one of the student managers on the team, he was with us in a suite at Wrigley Field. And he was talking about who was the offensive coordinator that went to Ole Miss with Ogeron. But he was the offensive coordinator at Miami when they're playing Ohio State, when they beat Nebraska. I watched a Heisman Trophy presentation with him.
Oh, gosh.
So anyway, he says, oh, man, he loved talking football with you. We're talking this. I said, well, what about that game? It was right after the Peach Bowl. He said, well, he was still on the Miami staff. And then the kid said, you know what? Y'all kicked our ass on the field and in the tunnel.
Yeah, they won the fight.
Yeah, so, but for one side to claim it, but for one side to concede it,
right.
it was ugly. That was the Flynn game, huh?
That was the Flynn game, and again, the end of the U as we knew it.
Up, down, side to side. Yes, the done. done with the U. at that-
Interception in the end zone for Iowa when they were just driving the ball off of a deflection to keep from going. They were at the 3-yard line. They
He
decided
throws
to
an
throw
interception?
They decided to throw the slant. It went off the guy's hands, off the carom. Vandy intercepted in the end zone.
They're the best team on 3rd and short in the country, so that's goal line as well.
I don't even think
Kirk
it was third
Ferentz-
down.
I don't think so. I think it was second.
I think it was, yeah. Surprising call by Iowa there. They lead 7-0, but blow a chance to go up 14-0.
Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, at Legacy Title for all your real estate closings. 296-0060. Ashley Donald, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Mariana Haynes, Natalie and Bradford Smith. Our great team at Legacy Title wants to wish you and yours Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's from our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title, 296-0060.
You're really going to be aggravated. It was
First
first
and
and
don't
goal
get.
from
Oh
the
my
4.
God! Ferentz, what are you doing? Don't make. Keep it simple, stupid.
Live at Rocca, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Crowstead, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Crowstead exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. It's time for the big dog, Randy McKay, with his best picks.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. How you doing, big dog?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm doing pretty well here, and just getting ready for 2026 and watch some of these bowl games and getting ready for some NFL coming up here too.
All right, recapping his 2025 season for the NFL, and we all know that just from a fan, not so much handicapping, but just the uncertainty and the lack of really great teams, but all these upstarts and all the old standbys like the Chiefs and the Bengals and the Ravens are facing elimination. It just it's been. Pete Rozelle is doing backflips in his grave, huh, Charlie? I mean, the parody driven,
the parody commissioner. This is what he always wanted.
This is his utopia.
Yep.
Your highlights of this NFL season, looking back from just a regular standpoint and from a handicapping standpoint, Randy.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy NFL season as far as, and we said this when they went to the longer schedule too, that we're going to see some attrition here for these teams, and of course we've seen it now with these, some of these older teams like the Chiefs and, these higher up teams that aren't going to make the playoffs for the first time in a long time, and then we're seeing some new teams, rise up surprisingly, with rookie coaches. That usually doesn't happen either. So, just a crazy year overall.
We are paying attention to the awards markets because we got some Tyler Shuck action. Our buddy Max has a 250 to 1 ticket on there, so he's trying to optimize it. I've got Vrabel to win Coach of the Year. We have what's another one? And I'm missing MVP. Late Monday night. I'm sorry, but I know Stafford took a beating, but I took plus 540 on some Stafford. And I'm hearing some people talk about, and that is tightening up. So already, I'm in a little leverage spot, So we'll see.
McVay said everybody's playing, by the way, for the Rams next week.
Even if
he said everybody's playing,
I know, but if they're playing for nothing, and Seattle wins, Charles. If San Francisco wins, I want to see. Let's see. He has to revisit.
That's what he said.
I hear you, but. And I want him to because he should light up Arizona's defense. 3
touchdowns the last time they faced each other, which was 3 weeks
That'd
ago.
That'd be a minimum, if you ask. They're limping down the stretch defensively. But the awards, but how many really strong coaching performances this year, huh, Randy? It's pretty much standard, whatever your win total is before the season, and how many games you exceed that by. And you got all kinds of guys like that, huh?
Oh, yeah, and you guys didn't even include Ben Johnson in there, who one play away, and he'd be the favorite by quite a bit in that coaching market.
I think that he would be. You agree? I was kind of monitoring it for obvious reasons, but, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if he pulls off that win in San Francisco Monday night.
Yeah, definitely.
Sunday night.
And you guys should be impressed down there. The Saints are supposed to be and I said they're not going to be the worst team this year.
That's
I
right.
read that record on your show, and I said this team is not going to be as bad as everybody thinks. I had Tennessee, which I'm very close on, but unfortunately the Raiders and the Jets are going to spoil that party. But you guys should be impressed with what you're seeing out of Shuck and Coach Kellen Moore in his first season.
Specifically, expound on it. We know the obvious, but give us a little bit more specific reasons.
Well, just the quarterback play there. He shows he can have a pretty good offense, and of course you guys have the casualties there with the salary cap there on defense. Defense is probably a little down from what it is, but we're seeing emergence here with Shook and especially Olave too, putting up in big numbers.
Yeah, and I could tell you this, Randy, where we're trying to find out, who's all in. It's almost like bowl season in the NFL. Who's trying, who's not. It's like the Super Bowl for that locker room right now in black and gold, okay? They are all in, trust me. So, I mean, it's just you don't question. And I think they're catching Atlanta at just the right time after a high-profile win. Charlie, just see what they did after the Bills game. I'm curious because I got to believe, and this is for years and years, and I know you share this, Randy, but Knee jerk. What did they do the next game?
They lost at San Francisco 20-10.
Yeah. So they did not cover.
And it was the beginning of a 5-game losing streak.
Whenever a team looks so good one week, you fade against them. Whenever they look so bad the next week, it has been really profitable approach handicapping this week. And I know it's one of your plays this week.
Yeah, and I did that last week with the Colts. Only won by a hook, but close game there at the end. But that's another reason on the contrarian side of me looks at that as well. And yeah, I definitely think, and I think the Saints will play a good hand in the playoffs here because I see Tampa Bay winning this game.
All right. Speaking of which, the first game on Saturday, Tampa Bay and Carolina. Tampa Bay is a 2.5-point favorite. They're limping in. They've lost 7 of 8, I believe it is, something like that. And so here we go. And against Carolina, who we're trying to figure out, they lose to bad teams, they beat good teams. So they have lost 7 of 8 coming into this when Baker Mayfield was once the favorite for it. He has played poorly down the stretch as well. One of the offensive rookie of the year candidates. I think the leader at Abuka, he has been silent down the stretch, but they're going to be at home on Saturday, and you like the Bucs.
Yeah, this is a contrarian play as well because if you look at like you said, with current form here, Tampa Bay not looking that good, and of course Carolina wins 1, loses 1. That's what they've done for 10 straight weeks or more, and that's how they've been doing it. Tampa lost 23-20 2 weeks ago as a favorite in Carolina. Now they're still that small favorite at home, which I can understand. People looking at the current form and betting this down, but I think that's what brings us a value here. Still gonna lay the 2.5. Also, Tampa Bay getting more healthy on the offensive line. I believe Wirfs will be back, and maybe defensive end Reddick will be back. Still, I see more healthy Tampa Bay team versus this Carolina team. It's still kind of a little bit of a mess on defense, and you never know what you're going to get out of Bryce Young. So I'm going to take the experienced Bucs here to make their final stand of the season and make it in the playoffs.
Randy, this as far as a buy low spot, you can kind of explain your thoughts on this when you're going for a buy low spot versus a team that's just bad. The Bucs' 2 wins since October the 12th were against the Cardinals and the still Spencer Rattler Saints, or at least half of the Spencer Rattler Saints. So you look for spots like this where you think, hey, listen, the results don't look great, but I'm getting the right value here.
Yep, exactly. And, they were favored at Carolina. I mean, that's what I say. You kind of got to look at the market on this one. They were favored last week or 2 weeks ago on the road. Now it's basically the same line at home. So I don't understand the non-adjustment here. So getting anything under a 3 here is definitely value.
Charlie, Matthew Stafford for the he might not be even money, but at plus 500,
Yeah.
no.
Right.
No, he's got a chance. A horse might not be worth 6-5, but he's worth 6-1. So
Or 16-1 on Sunday. I hit one of those.
there you go. There you go. Let's move chronologically. The big one on Saturday night in the NFC West, San Francisco. We said it last week. They win. They don't have to leave. Like playing pickup basketball on the playground. As long as they win, they stay on the court. And they had a wild one against Chicago, overcoming that first play, pick 6 by Purdy. And boy, Purdy's playing at a high level. He has stepped his game up over the course of his career. He, kind of much better than that high-profile game against the Ravens on Christmas night a couple of years ago. San Francisco opened up a 1.5 favorite. It's now Seattle 1.5.
Yeah, and this game was played way back in week 1, 17-13 win by the 49ers. I don't believe we're going to get 17-13 here. So you could touch me in for that one. So this is defense versus offense, and normally I like the defensive team here, but I just cannot trust this Darnold and company to not turn the ball over, to not make a key mistake, especially when they're going to be pressured by this 49er offense that's rolling right now. Even though the Seattle defense is very strong, but I still see in a big game on this 49er team that should get Kittle back and hopefully get Trenton Williams back at left tackle. If he's not a go, that scares me, of course, on the offensive line, because they could have big issues trying to, the Seattle front four is pretty strong here. So no Trent Williams would scare me, but as of right now, I like this 49ers getting the 1.5 and winning the number 1 seed, and looks like a pretty good, home underdog here. So I'll be on the 49ers here on Saturday night.
All right, and the other game that means a lot, they started off with Skagradis. It's going to be the last one. Winner moves on and has a home game in the playoffs as the AFC North champion. The loser goes home, and will be interesting to monitor the coaching situations for either team, as odd as that may seem. The Ravens opened up 3. It was bet to 3.5. So you faded Pittsburgh against Cleveland even after Green Bay had lost, after Baltimore had upset them on Saturday night. Made contact, and we let our audience know that on Football Sunday that you're still on Cleveland. Hit that one, but flip-flopping here now to Pittsburgh with a home dog plus 3.5.
Yeah, and that was one of the biggest plays I had all season. Was Cleveland. Surprisingly, you're putting your biggest play of the year on Cleveland, which is a little bit of a scary thing to do. But I was betting the money line. I was betting the points, and even when that line came back, I even took some more. So that made for a very nice week and a nice Christmas present for me. These two teams here play close games, and getting a 3.5 and now I even seen some linemen out to 4, so maybe we're seeing signs that, of course I'm looking at the wrong line. Excuse me. It's still 3.5. I thought I seen a rogue 4 pop up there, but it's not there. But, what has changed in the 4 weeks since they played each other? Pittsburgh won 27-22 in Baltimore. Well, there's a lot that's changed. Might not have, you're not going to have Metcalf. You're not going to have that big tight end, but they should be able to fill in the tight end okay, the Steelers. They might even get T.J. Watt back here to play, so that might be a nice incentive for this team and for this line. The health of Lamar Jackson, is he even better than putting Huntley in there? That's a question I'll ask you guys. Do you want Lamar Jackson or do you want Huntley?
Huntley's playing better right now. It forces him to give the ball to Henry as well, which makes it easier for. But no, I saw them with Hundley. They didn't get stopped. They never punted. So, we see. Hey, look, we're out of town, big dog. But real quick, you didn't. You got Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Pittsburgh. It's all the meaningful games with obvious motivation on both sides. But for this last week, any type of angles, 5-1, the teams that quote-unquote aren't playing for anything against the teams that were against the spread. It's been very profitable over the years, but any angles on this last week of trying to bet these tricky Week 18 matchups?
A little bit maybe there with the Chicago Bears. You get a Detroit team coming in there with the weather issues in Chicago, and you probably don't have time, but of course I like Illinois State too on Monday night. And the big game on Monday Night Football, you're going to take Illinois State in that matchup, so I wanted to at least get that in before you guys closed with me.
Yep, we ride in Illinois State, brother. There's no doubt.
Catching 10.5, is that what we're looking at, Randy?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. Randy, we're out of time. Good luck to you, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll touch base with you on Football Sunday as we do it from the New Bally's downtown at the Atrium. Thank you, Randy.
All right, awesome, guys. Thank you, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, indeed. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big with locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 50 years. United Community Bank, our great team of bankers, Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, David Henry, Prentice Wilkes. Want to wish you and yours Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's from our friends at United Community Bank.
Good job by the scheduling department. Illinois State, Montana State, the one Double H at the FCS Championship. Monday night, all to themselves in Nashville, Tennessee. 7-0 Iowa, about halfway through the second quarter. Live at Rocca, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
At Town Square Pizza, we take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience and value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is the spot for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids' meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square at Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soups, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell Omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffees and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crowntown Room at Dozy Place. The Crowntown Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, fillet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Rocca Pizzeria on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Back here at Rocca Live at lunch, Matt Moscona with a report that Harlem Berry will be returning to LSU, that the deal will be signed today. Wouldn't be surprised if Caden Durham followed Frank Wilson to Ole Miss. And, of course, there's a lot going on with Kejuan Lacey and the potential that he will be an LSU Tiger next year. But we'll do that when the portal opens. For the moment, Harlem Berry coming back. Jimmy, you'll remember this conversation that we had 10 years ago or so where you said, Leonard Fournette and Darius Guice, they got to throw the ball to the backs more. And I said, no, it's less. You won't do it. You remember that conversation?
Yes, Charlie.
Okay. Well, here's the number.
Distinctly.
Here's the number I promise you is going up. Harlem Berry caught 8 passes this year. I promise you that number's going up.
How many did Kejuan Lacey catch this year?
26. Okay. So better than 3 times as many. I promise you.
Berry was kind of spotty. He was not the starter. I mean, he was.
He was not.
You know, he's a secondary. You know, I mean, he had less touches than Durham. And he should have. I mean, but you could see him getting more and more comfortable as the season went along. And he's a talent. The interesting thing is, Frank Wilson was very involved in recruiting him. Now, St. Martin's Episcopal School in Metairie is not exactly a program that produces a lot of blue chippers, but a lot of Harlan Berry was in recruiting battles his whole high school career because everybody was trying to get him out of St. Martin's, and he stayed. And Frank was one of the ones that you don't need to go anywhere else to improve, your marketability. You're fine. We know you're good. And so he was very involved. For him to not go to Ole Miss is big.
Hour number 2, straight ahead here at Rocca, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks in every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in Louisiana who are 21 or older. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Caesars New Orleans. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his blue period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
A timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
Let Sammy's Grill do the cooking for your holiday feast. Fried or rotisserie turkeys with all the traditional sides. Pepper jack, crawfish, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, boudin rice dressing, mac and cheese, and more. And for dessert, white chocolate bread pudding or pecan pie. Order a la carte or bundle up with our turkey feast that feeds 8 to 10 people. Call or stop by either the Highland Road or Prairieville locations to place your order today. Orders must be made 48 hours prior to pickup. Let Sammy's Grill do all the cooking for you this holiday season.
Get Moss Max and less tax during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and dip trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Rocca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, 4 cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Rocca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, 2 local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Trust isn't given, it's earned. As LSU's championship health partner, Our Lady of the Lake cares for Tigers and families alike, from athletes to everyday champions. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we rule.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
Yeah, I'm doing radio. I'm grabbing you should have 5. Yeah, no.
Enjoying the finer things in life is his forte. Let's bring in Scott Rabelais from The Advocate.
Yeah, it's a shame you weren't Rich and Famous when they were doing lifestyles that are Rich and Famous, Scott. We could have had a lead-in for you with Robin Leach, you know, the lifestyle that you lead here as a famous sports writer. How you doing? Happy New Year.
I'm not rich and I'm infamous at best. Yes, that would be fun. That would be fun. See, y'all took that little joke I made one time when I was at the Masters. I said, you guys think you remember one time I said, you guys think it's just you know, just a little lavish lifestyle. I'm here working, then I stopped and said, no, the white grapes, please. Yeah, the peeled grapes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was when you were sleeping on somebody's floor in because you couldn't find a hotel room. Was that the year?
Okay, real quick, my brother had worked with this company. My brother's an insurance claims adjuster, and he worked with this company that got a house every year to schmooze clients. And they got the beds because I just needed a place to stay, you know, and shower, you know. So I got an air mattress under a piano.
That's real luxury. I mean, come on, you can't be.
That's desperately wanting to go to the Masters. But I bet there's a few of your listeners right now who say, I would sleep under a piano or an air mattress to go to the Masters.
Charlie, let me fill in our guests. A conversation that we had going into the break, but we had to go to the hard break. But Harlan Berry, you're talking about his increased projection as far as receiving, a very similar comp. He's an all-purpose back, okay? So you try and create open field opportunities for him. But C.J. Spiller was 5'11", 195 at Clemson. Berry is listed 5'11", 190 right now. Both have C.J. Spiller, his sophomore, junior, and senior year, 34, 34, and 36 catches. So I think in a similar type of way, you can expect that type of path for Harlan Berry.
I think it's going to be a big boon for him to have Lane Kiffin. Scott, you've been over your career to many media days, bowl games, preseason, SEC, Super Bowl, the whole one. Yesterday had to be one of the more odd media day setups that you have been to, where a handful of LSU coaches who are coaching for Ole Miss are at media day to talk about Ole Miss. But, of course, this game being in Louisiana, there's Louisiana media all over the place. And these Ole Miss coaches who are playing in a playoff game, this is not the Pop-Tarts Bowl, okay, are answering more questions about LSU than they are about the team that they're going to be coaching tomorrow for a chance to go to the national semifinals. It had to feel kind of surreal yesterday.
Well, it was definitely unusual. You know, I talked to Charlie Weiss Jr. and I talked to Kevin Smith and Jeff Duncan talked to Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, people are talking to them about the game. Obviously, it was Georgia tomorrow, but there was also obviously a lot of talk about the future. And, you know, those are two of the 6 coaches who are coming to LSU. And now maybe James Gregg will make number 7.
I think he's coming in as an offensive analyst, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just that would be 20 people who've changed hands, you know, coaches and staff people who've changed hands between the two teams. So yeah, it was very strange, and Charlie Weiss talked about how strange it has been. You know, this is, you know, during the day it's practice and game planning, and at night he's recruiting, and there other staff meetings with Lane Kiffin to talk about those kind of things, and you know, they've both been here. Well, those two guys, the other staffers too. So it would be, you know, it would be interesting. I know Lane may go to the game tomorrow with Governor Landry.
Why?
I don't know if that's
Why?
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 Why? I don't know.
Why?
Because he wants the attention.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Do you think the Ole Miss crowd is going to be a lot of people from Ole Miss there? Tons.
A few.
Yeah, okay, tons. All right. You think they're going to have a few libations before the game?
It's New Orleans, isn't it?
Mass venomous people. Yeah, bring it in. What can possibly go wrong? Why? I understand the politician wants the political. Okay, we know, and we can argue if it's missteps or not. And they finally told him, who's run the coaching search, hey, bro, you want to get reelected? Get out of the way. on this, and poof, he disappeared. But this is like me going to my son's high school spring break and driving down there and saying, what could possibly go wrong on this? Why are we doing this again? I mean, like, what are you thinking that you have to go do this? And I understand maybe Lane, you get the whole package, but this is a bad idea, and nothing good can happen in this. And don't be surprised when something really stupid happens.
I would not do it. Let's put it that way. I would not go to the game.
You get what you get, man. If you go into that, I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, Charlie, explain that to me.
I can give you a reason. It's not a good one. It's that the camera's going to find him during this national broadcast, and it's going to put a light on him. Now, is that worth the potential for something not good to happen? Probably not. I wonder if the governor would have gone to this game if it were Georgia and Alabama, and Ole Miss were playing out on the West Coast. I don't know if he was planning to go to the Sugar Bowl.
Well, last we
anyway.
heard of him, he's criticizing the $100 million contract, and he's going to join the guy that's got the $100 million contract. Well, come on, man. And I'm sorry, but something bad is going to happen with a bunch of, in mass, tens of thousands of pissed off drunk people.
Look, there's so much about the whole Lane Kiffin experience that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around. Matt Bowers is mad at him, right? The guy, the big.
He's an Ole Miss supporter.
He's so mad at him. He gave him a Bentley.
Yeah, he gave him a Bentley. Yeah, I mean.
He can be pissed off at me all he wants. If he wants to give me a Bentley, come on.
I would take him. He can hurl epithets at me and have someone deliver a mere Escalade. That would be fine.
Yeah.
I just don't get all of this, man. And these guys are like Weiss and Smith and some of the other guys they're coaching Ole Miss. They're trying to win the game tomorrow, obviously, and advance in the playoffs. And yet they're going to be trying to coach each other's players afterwards. It's just wild.
Okay, but Scott,
Charlie, nothing like you've ever seen. Yeah.
You hired Kiffin. You get the whole package. I get that. But Ole Miss never done anything for 60 years. They were willing to tolerate whatever happened. And once he left, we heard all these stories surface. But LSU's a program that doesn't need, that's one with multiple coaches. Do you think this? He better win big, man. I don't get this flirtation with going down there. But I mean, he's done a lot of things. His path is he is proven, and I said it. He would be my number one choice if they made a switch, and I said it. He would be my number one choice, and he was LSU's number one choice, and he got it. He proved in the same league that he could take less resources and get it done. So I get that, but damn it, there's different ways of handling things at different levels of expectation programs.
Yeah, but I mean, look, it's baked into the Lane cake, right? You know what you're getting. If you're Virgil Osbury and the LSU administration, you know what you're getting. It's like the old line: you can't have Falstaff and have him thin. Okay, you can't have Santa without the beard. Okay,
Yeah.
And the red hat. This is what you get. You get the full Lane Kiffin experience, and it's going to be. I mean, in terms of drawing attention to LSU's brand, it's going to be very positive in a lot of ways, but there's also going to be some negatives attached with it as well. And you gotta weigh the pluses and minuses. And obviously the big plus is, can he win LSU SEC championship, a national championship? And he certainly can, but there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of stuff along the way. Like I said, I would not go. I would stay away. But talking to some people yesterday about Kiffin, it's like he's kind of. He's kind of, socially awkward, or
very.
Yeah, very socially awkward. But this is where it comes out on social media and wanting to tweak people, and his course is creativity in terms of football. And I would put up with it if I were Virgil Osbury. Virgil knows what they were getting, but But on the flip side, could Virgil say? Superdome tomorrow night. Don't go to the Sugar Bowl tomorrow night. I don't know if you can tell him that.
Plug it in.
Scott, we lost you there for just a second. There's going to be any number of times that Lane Kiffin does things. Yeah, is he socially awkward? Yes, but he's also socially awkward and craves the spotlight, which seems contradictory. The thing with the grocery bags, okay, there was no need to post that. He could have told his daughter, don't post that, okay? It ended up being a deal on Fox News last night because I guess it's a slow news week or whatever. They're talking about Lane Kiffin's
really?
Yes, it was. It on multiple things. They were kind of making fun of it, but, this guy that makes $1 million a month
he
won't
gets
pay
the
for
whole content thing.
Won't pay
he
for
gets that.
20-cent grocery bags. There's no need for that, okay? Is that going to matter when it's 4th down and 1 against Alabama? No, but could you do without it? Yes. Are you going to get it anyway? Yeah. That's how he got to where he is. You're not gonna change him now. And I don't know if this quote was attributed to him and he didn't say it, or if he did say it, but he said LSU fans are going to have to get used to being uncomfortable. Even if he didn't say it, believe it, because
it's
that's
funny
what you're
how
going
the
to get.
tone has changed since Lane Kiffin has changed teams around here. It's funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You root for the.
Well,
look,
no, I'm sorry. I'm just no.
Football fans here hated Reggie Bush when he played for USC, loved him when he played for the Saints. You hated Lane Kiffin when he coached for somebody else, but now he's your guy. So, hey, they loved Saban when he was here, hated him when he was at Alabama.
But I'm sorry, but Scott and I went through journalistic schooling, and you're not supposed to be trained that way.
No.
Okay, so we're different from fans. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant the fans.
Well, I'm talking about media/fans. A lot of media have partiality.
Yeah.
It's the SEC. There's not a program that doesn't have media that has partiality. That's not my speed. This is a joke for him to be considering, and it's a misstep. I'm sorry.
I probably wouldn't do it either. Scott, who you like in a game between Ole Miss and Georgia, since you got to talk to everybody yesterday?
Very good question. I think Georgia has grown as a team and improved since that game, and certainly watching them push around Alabama, who I don't think is 2020 Alabama, obviously, but still watch them push them around in the SEC championship game. I just think they're going to win. Now Ole Miss played well, much better. They won much bigger than I thought they would against Tulane in the first round playoff game. Oh my goodness, 41-10. But I still think it's going to be Georgia. I think it'll be a good game. I haven't figured out a score, but it was very high scoring last time. It'll probably be like that again. Like 34-27, something like that. I think Georgia wins, and it covers by a little bit. 6.5. I think Georgia covers just by a little bit, and they win the game in advance.
Georgia had the ball for almost 38 minutes in that game. They outgained Ole Miss by over 150 yards in that game.
I don't think they punted.
They probably didn't. I'd have to go back and look. And Ole Miss made it in that game on a lot of big plays. I think there were 3 or 4 plays that were 30 yards or more for Ole Miss in that game, and that's how they made their living in that game. But Georgia controlled a lot of. They controlled the ball for almost 38 minutes in that game. The game was in Athens. It's set a neutral site, so we'll see. I didn't think that Ole Miss missed Lane Kiffin against Tulane. I think they will miss him in this game, because if one or two of those big plays were what kept Ole Miss in that game.
Georgia did not punt.
Georgia didn't punt. At one point, Ole Miss was up 2 scores in that game in the second half, and it was off of a 75-yard touchdown in the third quarter. Are they able to pull that out? Do they call that play at that time without Lane Kiffin on the sideline? We'll see.
Ole Miss did not punt till the last 3 possessions.
When they changed up in the fourth quarter.
Yes, when it went man on the outside and helped out with the run, stopping the run in the box. They went 5 straight scoring possessions to 3 and out, 4 and out. They went for it on 4th down and didn't get the last one.
Scott, we appreciate it. Any thoughts on Alabama and Indiana before we let you go?
Strange to say. I think Indiana, is going to Indiana's going to win. I think they're clearly the better team. I'll be going down to the Sugar Bowl tomorrow night too, guys. And we'll see if we can talk to Trinidad Chambliss and Kewan Lacey and see what we hear. Do you guys? What do you guys think? Is with Harlan Berry coming back, does LSU still have a shot at Kewan Lacey?
I think they do. We were talking right before the break. I think that the biggest thing that Harlan Berry is going to see an increase in is his number of catches, his impact in the passing game under Kiffin. I think is going to go. He caught 8 balls for 32 yards last year. I think those numbers are going to go way up. But I don't think it takes him out of Kewan Lacey.
You think Durham and Lacey play coaches here and swap schools?
I think that if I had to say right now, I'd say that's the
chalk.
Yeah. If you ask me for a prediction right now, I'd say that is what's going to happen. I don't think that the player swap will quite reach the coach swap. We're at 20 now.
20?
20 that's off the field administrators and stuff too.
Right. Yeah, staff.
20, but I would say every bit of half of that for sure. 10 to 12 players will change sides after the portal opens on Friday. But that's just a guess. Friday's going to be a big day. Friday's going to be a very, very big day. Scott, safe travels down to New Orleans, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Scott, I'm sure the governor will give you a rod if you want. He'll enjoy the publicity.
The governor's mansion. I'm on the way.
Pick me up, right?
Yeah, you can pick me up. Hey, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, Scott. Yes,
Happy New Year, Reb.
Yes,
we appreciate it as always.
All right, 2nd and 15, holding penalty against Vanderbilt. So Iowa's style of play, there's no doubt about that. It is in the mud, 7-3 with a minute to go in the first half.
Have popped Mr. Pavia a few times here.
He has not been hit like this all year, would you say?
Maybe a few at Alabama, but no.
These guys are popping him.
No, he has been hit hard. They run a couple of delayed blitzes that seemed to have confused him and really took some shots.
He doesn't have his number one target where he kind of misses Stowers because doesn't have a whole lot of open guys as well. But he's the one thing you thought about him. He might have his elusivity. They dance around these Big Ten guys. He ain't making many of these guys miss. I mean, they are hitting and they are wrapping right now. Don't forget our friends at Total Maintenance. Total Maintenance, now is the time. Another sack. Boom. 3 of them hit him.
That was a loop. That was a delay around the outside where they got him. Yeah, they are confusing him. He is seeing some different looks here.
They could freeze into protection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Total Maintenance 480-1000, one of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC heating companies since 1980. You're thinking about nobody's thinking about the air conditioner right now, but if your unit is over 10 years old, if it was serviced this past summer, now's the time to seriously consider trying to get that new unit. Up to $5,500 off units, select units at a Total Maintenance right now. So we're a factory authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Dakin, Marine Products. So we have a selection for you. So again, you're not thinking about AC right now, but now's the time, because they got to make room for new inventory, but up to $5,500 off. Just call my buddy Lucas Seguris and his great staff at Total Maintenance, 480-1000, 480-1000.
Live at Rocca, live at lunch, 104.5, ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Pierrepont Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. They can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierrepont. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111 and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell Omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffees and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU.
Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. From east, north to south, but we're heading west. It's Wes Reynolds from VSiN.
Well, the Iowa update before we go out to West and Pasadena, but the Iowa Vandy and a fourth down from their own 15 with less than a minute to go. One timeout remaining for Iowa. The punter, who's been really crafty against Vandy and just some squib kicks and some rugby-style kicks and holding the ball. Well, he floated to the right side and he was holding the ball. Looked like he was going to fake it. And he ran past the line of scrimmage about 2 or 3 yards and punted it 50 yards. So we're like, no, make a punt it again, even though you have less time, limited time. But that is the same enforcement as throwing a pass past the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of down and 5 yards, and that made it, instead of having the ball at their own 35-yard line, you had the ball at the +10, one first down pass. It's caught by the tight end, and 41 seconds to go in the half. Iowa 14, Vandy 3.
I don't know if I've seen that one before. Punter punted the ball past the line of scrimmage.
I have not.
Yeah, that's a first.
I have not. Wes, have you seen that before?
I have never seen that before, but as somebody with Iowa +5 in the pocket, I love it.
Yeah, yes. It's our theme of the bowl games until January 1st. It just means more for SEC opponents in these minor bowl games. So we have been fading the SEC during these minor bowl games, and it has been profitable, to say the least. But whether it's an Illinois fumble recovery touchdown against Tennessee last night, or I don't know, we'll take it. So, Wes, well, I can't tell you because I know how the weather is. What is wrong with the weather? 100% chance of rain in Pasadena tomorrow?
Never seen it rain at the Rose Bowl.
No, man. I know, man. We wait since 1967, Hoosier fans, and then it rains. But it's going to rain at the parade, but it's not going to rain on our parade tomorrow. So hopefully the Big Ten keeps this run going, to be honest with you.
I was listening to you on VSiN with Gil on the way to set up for the show this morning and heard you talk about, Indiana should be, because it's so, you start the season, you're the most losingest team in college football history against one of the heavyweights, or not maybe the biggest heavyweight in the history of college football. And, you're 7-point favorites. And you said Indiana should be 7-point favorites. Wes, I respectfully disagree. I say that Indiana should be 2 touchdowns or double digits favored over Alabama. Whether it's Florida State, whether it's Auburn, whether it was against Georgia, they have bet Alabama this year like it is Nick Saban's Alabama team. They have been very, very public, and I'm sorry, it's not going to just be raindrops. When it gets really wet in Rose Bowl tomorrow, that's some of my son's tears pulling for his school when he's crying for Alabama. I think Indiana is a light number here in this matchup tomorrow.
Yeah, Jay Barker and Andrew Zhao ain't walking through that door through the Christmas tide tomorrow. But yeah, I was making that point with Gil. If Ohio State was on that one line and they had Indiana's profile with the opponents they beat and all the statistical superlatives, rush defense, total offense, Ohio State be laying double digits in this spot. There's no question about that. But I think Indiana, they're going to be ready. I could see them maybe on the first drive being a little bit nervous. And Signetti has been talking about all day at the media availability. Yeah, we've had a couple sloppy practices. I think that's Signetti being a little bit coy here. I think he's just trying to keep his team focused and keep his team a little bit on edge. I think, Alabama, this is not the vintage Alabama that we have seen. They can't run the ball at all. So I don't think they're going to discover a running game all of a sudden against one of the better rush defenses in the country. If Ohio State and Oregon and Penn State couldn't run the ball that well against Indiana, I don't think Alabama's going to be able to.
So how much is the big defensive lineman going to be missed who was injured in the celebration for the Big Ten championship game? To me, he's the most respected defensive lineman that you have.
Yeah, he's going to be missed. Daniel Ndukwe is going to have to step up. But one difference in this year's team than last year, it's depth. And you saw that in the Notre Dame game. And I know some of the guys at the media scrums yesterday, Amari Farrell, one of our good safeties, was saying, last year we're just happy to be here. This year we feel like we belong here and deserve to be here. So the way I put it is last year you were happy to be there. This year you brought luggage. So this means you're thinking you're going to have a long stay here in the college football playoff. And I think the depth just up front on both sides of the line are what really is the difference. Aside from Mendoza, aside from winning the Heisman, who's been great against a very good quarterback in Rourke, the big difference with this Indiana team has been at the line of scrimmage.
Charlie, and look, the offensive line is, for Alabama's sake, is healthier than ever. This year, as far as Jam Miller is healthier than he's been all season. He started the season on the injury shelf and was unavailable for the first couple of games. The whole thing, but still, you don't go 13 games in and then let's discover our running game. They're good. If it might be mildly improved, but against this defense, it's going to be hard. And so it puts a lot of pressure on Simpson. And not just that, it puts pressure. How good has DeBoer been? What if DeBoer is just average on fourth down? What if he's just average on 2-point conversions? He might be long gone by now, huh?
It ended up deciding multiple games. And the thing that should scare Alabama the most is that Indiana, correct me if I'm wrong, Wes, gets a terrific pass rush without blitzing very much. And if they're getting no run game, and you're able to get pressure on Simpson without blitzing a whole lot, that's going to make it even more difficult on the Alabama offense.
Yeah, that's a good point, Charlie. And look, they sacked Dante Moore at Oregon 6 times, and they sacked Julian Sayin 5 times. I think Ohio State's offensive line had given up a 21% pressure rate throughout the season, which is outstanding. Against Indiana, it was just under 50%. And they don't send a lot of blitzes, but Bryant Haynes, man, he's a schemer, and there's a reason why they gave him a raise, and he's making now $3 million a year. as a defensive coordinator in Indiana, did you ever think you'd see the day? Like, that'd be the whole staff, like 10, 15 years ago, what they were making outside of the head coach. But they don't really have to blitz a lot necessarily because their linebackers are very good in coverage, and they've been trusting that front four to get home.
A buddy of mine who I see every year in Del Mar, Tom Quigley, who is a regular contributor for Santa Anita's coverage. And Santa Anita's opening day was this past Sunday. He stays in Pasadena. So Arcadia and Pasadena are very close to each other. Santa Anita has already canceled racing today and tomorrow. So
For rain.
Yes.
Wow.
Charlie, it's 100% chance tomorrow, and it's like.
But I've seen horse races run in the rain many times. It's got to be really
not in
hard
Southern
rain.
California.
No,
maybe the Hoosiers and Todd are barring the Mudcocks for the game tomorrow. This is going to be unusual, man. It is, and of course my son packed, and he got there yesterday, and he forgot his raincoat. So there you go. So, but anyway, Santa Anita already canceled today and tomorrow.
How hard does it have to rain to cancel? I get what you're saying. It never rains.
Yes, we
out
have
there.
seen some horses run in the rain.
Yes, monsoon before here.
Yes, indeed. Any other picks for the quarterfinals that we have tonight and tomorrow, Wes?
Yeah, I played a little under tonight in Miami, Ohio State at under 41, and would lean a little bit to the dog at plus 10. The one advantage maybe Miami has in this game is their defensive line, is if they can get pressure. And I realize A&M's a much different, less dynamic offense in the passing game, but Miami got 7 sacks on Reed. And if Ohio State doesn't show up that blocking up front, you're going to see Miami in that backfield a lot. I think maybe they can keep it relatively close. In terms of Oregon, Texas Tech, under for me. I think that Oregon defense is going to be a lot better. Dan Lanning, I think, got their attention after kind of the poor, lackluster effort in the second half. And then in the Sugar Bowl, and where you guys are, I know it's the public play. I don't see Ole Miss staying with Georgia in the second half. I think they start off well, and it's close at halftime, and then I think Georgia pulls away. Georgia is the team that kind of scares me a little bit because they figured it out, I think, in the trenches. They've been running the ball better. They've been stopping the run. They've been getting to the quarterback. So I think Georgia starting to maybe find themselves late in the season.
Can I ask? You liked under in the game tonight. I have seen the under bet and recommended so many different ways. Miami team under, first quarter under, first half under, total game under. Is there another prop here that you like as well, in addition to the total game under, maybe especially on the Miami side?
You may look at whatever Carson Beck's passing yards are going to be under. Eventually, I think he's going to have to make a throw tonight. But if you watch that playoff game with Texas A&M, they babied him a little bit. They did not want the ball in his hands and him having to make the decision. They wanted Mark Fletcher Jr. running, the little kind of end around to Malachi Toney. I don't know if they completely trust Carson Beck. So they're going to rely on that running game and try to rely on that defense, I think. So maybe under his passing yards, whatever that might be.
And I know they played it that way in some windy conditions in College State. He's going to have to make some plays. You're not just running it down to Ohio State's throat. That's just not going to happen. And listen, we remember a lot of the bad with him, and he's thrown a lot of interceptions the last couple of seasons at 2 different places. But, man, there's been some stretches where he's played the position really well this year. So this is a different animal. Ohio State is as good as anybody, probably the best defense in the country. But he's going to have to make some plays at some point, Wes. That's my thought.
If they score more than 14 points, Malachi Toney is going to have himself a game.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Like he had the touch. I'm still trying to figure out how he got tripped up on a return against A&M. I wouldn't kick to him. Why would you kick to him?
Absolutely not.
Why would you kick to him? Hey, Wes, anything in the NFL this week?
Oh, man, I'm trying to find something, Jimmy, because all these guys are sitting and whatnot. Like, this is Week 18 NFL, trying to find stuff. So I actually have not bet anything.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you don't, we got a lot on different angles with these awards markets, and I want you to pray because we're trying to figure out how to hedge, if not to hedge. Stafford plus money now. We took a plus 450 to win the MVP. That's the first one. Shuck, big. Max has a ticket at like 250 to 1 on Shuck to be offensive rookie of the year. the outcome of the game will be determined. And then Vrabel or Shanahan for Coach of the Year. Any opinions on how to profit? Just kind of maybe hedge, or what kind of position you would take on some of these awards markets.
I feel like for Coach of the Year, like Shanahan, if he wins on Saturday against Seattle, I feel like he has to win. As good of a season as New England has had, look at all these injuries the 49ers have had, with Bosa going down, with Warner going down, McCaffrey missed some time, the receivers have been banged up all year. You got to credit Kyle Shanahan for doing this with all the injuries they've had, because we've seen with the 49ers in recent seasons, when they're injured, they don't make the playoffs, and now all of a sudden they're on the precipice maybe of being the number one seed in the NFC. So a Shanahan for Coach of the Year for me. I agree with you betting the Stafford plus money, though, because I think May, who as great as he's been, he's getting credit for the weakest schedule in the National Football League. And Stafford has, one kind of off game, and all of a sudden, like, he's done for. I don't agree with that at all. I think listen to the voters instead of necessarily following the betting market.
Yeah, and I've heard them, and I've heard 3 different voters bring up the schedule, schedule with the MVP market as well. Wes, look, one odd will be in the stadium pulling against you, but besides that, we're pulling for you. So I mean, good luck to Indiana. Try and stay dry, man. So the Mudcocks are right around the corner at an Arcadia at Santa Anita. Enjoy the Rose Bowl, my friend.
We will, Jimmy. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Wes Reynolds out at the Rose Bowl, the rainy Rose Bowl, tomorrow. We're brought to you by the Thibodeau store and the Pierrepont store. These post-Christmas sales on the website right now at thethibodeaustore.com, which will get you to all 4 properties, Thibodeau, Pierrepont, LaRose, and Lockport. Up to 55% off of all Milwaukee tools right now, up to 20% off of all storage supplies. Same-day pickup off of the website, as well as a lot of different specials on some things you might be using this summer, but they're on special now. Outdoor cooking equipment, patio furniture, outdoor power equipment, cordless power tools, and tool storage, all available at thethibodeaustore.com. Some of these items available for delivery, including lumber that comes out of the Pierrepont store. Thibodeau store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau. If you're headed down to the coast, doing some fishing here during your break, tons of fishing equipment there. Some unique items, cypress furniture, crawfish and jambalaya pots, big green egg cookers, all available at the Thibodeau store. And again, get online at thethibodeaustore.com. 4 locations now, the Thibodeau
So you
store.
can even go after Christmas and get some great deals for Dad at the Thibodeau store?
Yes. Unfortunately,
Really?
I don't know if anybody in California is listening today.
He's not.
One person in California.
Maybe one of his buddies can send a little message? Huh?
Hey, do you talk to him? What kind of crowd are they bringing out there?
I talked to Wes already. It's like 5 to 1. And
Indiana?
that might be light, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Georgia, even more pronounced than Georgia Ole Miss. Ole Miss, it's so new to them. Georgia,
Sure.
Georgia's, they're trying to.
I knew Indiana was going to bring plenty of people. I didn't know how many Alabama was going to bring. I'm just curious.
I mean, it's not as much as Indiana. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know, they're bringing some, but it's all hat to them.
They even feel, I was talking with a guy.
But they've never played in the
today.
Rose Bowl, huh?
No, they have played in the Rose Bowl.
I
I gotta figure out which year, but no, they played out there before. The number of
was the
Alabama
Michigan
fans
game
that
the Rose Bowl?
might have been. I'll look it up in a second. The number of Alabama fans that don't think that this is their team.
No,
for
there's a
that
ton of them.
fan
Yeah.
for that fan base to admit that, is usually.
This is so out
They're
of,
delusional
This
anyway.
is so out of nowhere. We talk about these massive alumni base of Indiana. They're not missing this. Like you said, Wes, you can rain all day, you're not raining on our parade. I mean, they waited.
Think about when LSU went to the Sugar Bowl to play Oklahoma for the national championship. I can't tell you how many people that said, you know what, we haven't seen this in our lifetime, and we didn't know what kind of run they were about to go on. We may not see it again. We're not gonna miss this.
Was Skip's famous quote? A chicken in every pot does not mean a ticket in every pot.
Yeah. Ooh, see, they all want their own room, and they want to go for the entire week.
Nobody used like a Huey Long spin
Yeah,
off or
no,
something.
it was. Saban's last game was in the Rose Bowl, and they also played there in the semifinals in the COVID season in 2020. So they've been to the Rose Bowl.
Nobody
in
could
the
go.
modern right. Nobody could go.
Where
to
was
that.
the Michigan game played? The semi. when Michigan won
in the Rose Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
In the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
So they have been they've been before. That's in the modern era. They went back in the 30s.
But
and
with
whatnot.
no fan restrictions. Just a few.
Yes, once
couple
in
of, 2
once
years
in the
ago.
time. Yeah. So live at Rocca Pizzeria, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Get Moss Max and less tax during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and dip trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Rocca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, 4 cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Rocca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Rocca Pizzeria on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
And return here at Rocca Pizzeria. You're hanging out here a little earlier in the week, man. They got some great stuff here at Rocca. Great happy hour.
You know, great happy hour. They also do the, again, half off all house cocktails. And we see them making, prepping all the fresh juices and everything. They get a really, really good specialty cocktail menu. They're well trained, so everybody. It's if one of the bartenders make it, everybody's going to make it. It's all made prepared the same way. Draft beer and glasses of wine. They do a good job of providing some good craft beers on tap and also different wines by the glass and 4 different pizzas or half off happy hour. It's Tuesday. It's 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday. Of course, we're closed on Monday. So every weekday that we're open over here at Rocca Pizzeria. So the chicken cutlet is a great sandwich. If you've never had that one, the eggplant parmesan sandwich, they use a local Bruno, I think it's St. Bruno bakery, but the local bakery that they have over at Iverstein as well. So there's a lot more. The meatballs appetizer, just the salumi plate. Watching a couple with the salumi board right now. So a lot of different things to complement some great Neapolitan-style pizza.
I was reminded by a good friend of mine during the break about that other Rose Bowl game, not Saban's last game, but the other one that they played. It was against Notre Dame in the national semifinal. Remember how we promised to try to forget everything that happened in the COVID year? Okay. Who did they play? I had forgotten all of this, and we'll probably forget it again as soon as the show's over. Who did Alabama play in the national semifinals in the Rose Bowl in the COVID year?
Well, they played Ohio State in the championship game. So,
coached by a good friend of ours, their opponents.
I'm trying to think, Charlie. Ohio State.
The national semifinals in the COVID year were played between Alabama and Notre Dame, coached by Brian Kelly. Where was the Rose Bowl played in that year?
So Brian Kelly, they lost in the Orange Bowl, the national championship game. Got crushed by Eddie Lacy.
That was in 12, yeah.
Okay, that was 12. So the COVID year, they were the semifinal. Notre Dame made it that year.
Notre Dame and Alabama played in the Rose Bowl.
Didn't Kelly lose to Georgia one year too? Or that was Michigan that got up?
I think that was Michigan. Okay, so Notre Dame and Kelly lost to Alabama in the Rose Bowl in national semifinals. Where was the Rose Bowl played that year?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because I don't remember playing it. It was like Indianapolis or something.
You're on the right track. It's in Dallas.
Yeah.
They played at AT&T Stadium.
That was the one where Kelly scored at the end. It was such a defeatist attitude, and this is why. But
it was 31-7.
They were down 24.
Yeah.
So it's 3 scores. Okay. They scored and kicked the extra point to make a 3-possession game a 3-possession game.
Yes. 31-14 was the final.
I think they covered on that last.
The Rose Bowl in Dallas, Texas. That year where the Masters was played in November, the Kentucky Derby was run in September, and I'm not remembering any of that crap. Okay.
No, it's some idiot, and I'm sorry. I mean,
I know where you're going
lists
with
are
this.
opinionated,
I know where you're
but
going.
how can you put anything that happened in the COVID season as one of your all-time greats? That's the. Come on, man. You just don't know sports. I know
you're doubling down on dumb.
There's a lot of
do
people
that.
that cover sports that really don't know sports and not very knowledgeable. That's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, and now I remember why I forgot all about that. I have put that entire year.
Yes.
Soon as LSU left the Superdome, I have put that entire year out of my memory perfectly.
Kill the Saints, man. I mean, you can't tell me playing in the Superdome at that time with nobody in there.
Drew Brees' last game.
Yes, yeah. I mean that place. That was a huge home field advantage that they gave up.
It absolutely was.
Great leadership by the out of New Orleans and that too.
We're brought to you by Louisiana Health and Injury Centers, helping you deal with pain if you're in a little bit of discomfort. If you got neck pain, you got back pain, you got muscle soreness. Dr. Michael Goff and his staff at the Louisiana Health and Injury Centers help you out. They've done it for me. They've done it for other members of our family where they'll pinpoint those problem areas, get you to feeling better. They get you into a program where the exercise and stretches will loosen you up, or if you need dry needling, electric nerve stimulation, cryo, ultrasound therapy, many of the other techniques they use to get you to feeling better. Airline Highway, Plank Road, Jefferson Highway near Drusilla, Dr. Michael Goff, Louisiana Health and Injury Centers. Back to wrap it up here, live at Rocca, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Rufino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Rufino.
Whenever you're ready.
It's rolling.
Join us on Live at Lunch for the Friday edition from Rufino's on Highland Road. We will be recapping the national quarterfinals in the college football playoffs, and we'll be looking forward to a big weekend in the NFL. Let me try that again. Join us for the Friday edition of Live at Lunch from Rufino's on Highland Road. We're wrapping up the national quarterfinals in the college football playoffs and looking ahead to Week 18 in the NFL. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Friday from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his blue period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
1950 Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street that Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Rocca Pizzeria on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Halftime from the ReliaQuest Bowl. Iowa leads it 14-3. Hawkeye over Vanderbilt. Hawkeye's got a 183-118 advantage on the yardstick. Both teams have made one big mistake in this game. Vanderbilt with a punter that went past the line of scrimmage to kick the football gave Iowa the ball at point-blank range for a late touchdown. But earlier, the Hawkeyes threw a first-down interception in the end zone. So
kind of evened out.
Yeah, I guess from that.
Because you look at the yardstick, Charlie. It's
183-118 Iowa.
And the eyeballs, they're popping Pavia.
Yeah.
His coverages, he doesn't appear to have a whole lot of guys wide open. He misses Stowers, and their protection with some of, like you talked about, some delayed blitzes and stunts. And they're flat out whooping them up front sometimes, but they're hitting Pavia a lot.
They've sacked him 4 times, besides just the regular hits. So,
And when they're hitting him, they're not like just tripping him up.
Right.
The matchup of like him being maybe a little bit shifty and maybe slippery for the Big Ten school. This Iowa defense, keep in mind, man, they've been really close to beating some of the big boys this year.
Kicking off here in about 5 minutes, Arizona State and Duke. That's the Sun Bowl.
Line is climbing down the street at the Queen, and Bally's is up to 4.
And the weather is good for the Sun Bowl. Sometimes we see some really, really chilly temperatures. 55 and sunshine, partly cloudy
Sun Bowl
skies.
and the Rose Bowl. Better weather, huh?
No kidding, huh? Better record for the Sun Bowl and the Rose Bowl. Later today, Texas and Michigan,
Charlie.
Nebraska and Utah, and then tonight Miami and Ohio State.
All right, give me a pick. Kiffin goes to the game or not?
10?
Yeah, he's going.
Of course he's going. He loves it.
That's an easy one. We're off tomorrow, back on Friday at Rufino's. Have a great New Year's, everybody. Be careful. Live at lunch from Rocca 104.5.
Live at lunch.
Have you been arrested or even
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Brown? If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation